everybody. Today we have with us the Macbeths. Recently they've been having some marital issues. Let's hear what they have to say.
Macbeth used to be a great husband who loved and cared about me. However, now that he became king, that is when everything started to change. He started treating me like an object. He became too much power happy. I really want to fix our marriage, but I'm not sure if that can happen now.
My wife has become increasingly unsupportive since my acquisition of the throne, but without her support, I don't think I can continue to keep the throne.
So as you can see, there have been some serious problems. Macbeth, why did you decide to kill the king?
Well, my wife finally convinced me to do it.
Well, he started it. He told me about some prophecies from these witches. He called them the three weird sisters.
Wait, what three weird sisters?
These three supernatural beings that gave Banquo and I each a prophecy.
Okay, and what were these prophecies?
Well, they told me that I would be Thane of Cawdor and eventually become the king.
And they told me that my lineage would become king one day.
So are the sisters the one who forced you to do it?
No, it was my wife that finally convinced me to kill the king.
Lady Macbeth, why did you pressure your husband into it?
Because I wanted my husband to be king, but he took it too far.
And what do you mean he took it too far?
After he became king, he began to grow greedy with power and decided the best way to keep his power would be to start killing people. He even decided to get rid of Banquo's children to try and prevent him from taking the throne.
Wow, Macbeth, this is big. After this short break, we will continue to discuss the new information that has come to light. Before we left for the break, we learned from Lady Macbeth that our king is trying to get rid of his best friend Banquo's kids so that he can ensure the throne will be his. And unfortunately, Banquo died right before the break. The first thought would be to blame Macbeth, but since he was on stage with us, further investigation will have to happen to know who the culprit was.
The demon.
He's throwing a fit now. See what I have to deal with?
It is simply the stress of this new kingship. It will soon pass.
Lady Macbeth, do you feel that there's any way that you can help shoulder the stress for your husband?
I don't know. He only sees me as an object now. He's not even trying to work out our relationship. Yeah, maybe I did convince him to kill the king, but I only told him that he wasn't a man if he weren't to.
I'm the one trying to keep this marriage going. And that's more than I can say for you. I'm trying to keep this throne for us, for you.
I don't want the throne anymore. I wish you never saw the witches. I wish you never became the Thane of Cawdor. I wish I wouldn't have convinced you to kill the king, and I wish you wouldn't have listened to me. And I wish you would stop killing everybody.
Whoa, calm down everybody. Rather than yelling about this, let's try and discuss different ways that we can help solve this problem. What are some ways that your marriage is lacking?
I wish you would spend more time with me and be more honest.
And I wish you would be more supportive of me.
Macbeth, will you try and spend more time with your wife?
Yeah, I guess.
And Lady Macbeth, will you find ways to be able to support your husband?
I'll try.
Both of you try, and in 2 months we'll check up and see how things are going.
Many months later.
Welcome back, everybody. 2 months ago, we met with the Macbeths about marital issues they were having. Unfortunately, since they were lost on the show, there has been a lot of tragedy surrounding them as a couple. Lady Macbeth, unfortunately, took her own life. Reasons are unsure, but we can only assume that it was because she regretted her actions. Not long after, Macbeth's subjects began to rebel, and Macbeth was beheaded by a man named Malcolm. Malcolm suspected that Macbeth had been behind many of the murders in the kingdom, including Malcolm's own family. To take revenge, Malcolm took Macbeth's life. When we interviewed Malcolm, we asked him what he thought Macbeth's main motives were. The first being fate. He believed that Macbeth should have taken responsibility for his actions rather than blaming them on the witches or on his wife. The second was power. Before Macbeth received the prophecies, he was a kind and honest man. After he became king, he was overtaken with power and let it control his actions. Ladies and gentlemen, this has unfortunately been a sad case. I hope you'll be here next time when we bring in Romeo and Juliet, whose parents are concerned with the rebellion of their children.